Eva won't win at the end, and that her game won't be respected enough, or she won't be articulate enough. Now that's Shaheen's
Yeah,
opinion.
she
I don't know if that's sort of what the whole jury would see, but even if let's say that's true, so they're not worried about voting out Eva right now, because
well,
they
that's what they
see.
were saying. If we can vote Eva, it'd be easy, but then she'd be a vote for Joe. But like I'm sitting there going, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. It's one vote. It
It's
doesn't
one vote.
matter.
And I think that Joe, like you saw here in this challenge, when Eva went, I think it was Eva went out on the reward challenge when she put her feet up to use the leverage up there. Joe the edit almost gave us this impression that Joe intentionally tanked that reward challenge and dropped out on purpose. And then, but why? What because he ends up going on the reward with Shaheen, and Eva stays behind. So
I noticed that too because she. So I looked away for a second. Did she just put her feet up and then you have to
yes,
just have your feet hanging, right?
right.
And it immediately looked like he just dropped. And I think that he had as good a shot as the other final two to win it. So I don't know if he's just still trying to show solidarity to Eva as a game plan since it wasn't for immunity. Maybe he was just like solidarity. Maybe you know it doesn't matter. But at the same time, he got real emotional when Jeff said you're going to get letters. So I don't know. This episode had a weird air.
It did. Okay, this whole segment in the episode with Joe and his sister, who was murdered many years ago, and they'd had this whole falling out the day of that. And there's this whole segment in the episode where he's kind of talking to her, like into like praying basically, for to her memory, talking about all his regrets. I can't remember anything like this ever being on a Survivor episode before this, and I think that it's the story of this season could be that Joe sacrifices his whole game here. He ultimately doesn't win it because he wants Eva to win it. He's referred to Eva even as sis
Yeah.
on occasion. And could he be projecting his late sister onto Eva in some way, and trying to atone for whatever sins he thinks he's committed in his life or with in regards to that. And it's and the whole thing with him tanking that challenge tonight. I think maybe I'm just seeing a pattern here. Maybe that we'll
I
see
don't
how
know.
this will play out.
I do agree with that to some degree. I also feel like uh even if Joe and Eva make it to the final three and they're sitting, whoever they're with might have a better shot than those two, even though Joe's playing a great survivor game like on the surface, they've indirectly pissed off every single person on that jury in a
Yes.
irreparable way because everybody has been like, we have to do something about them, and then a bunch of stuff happens and somebody else gets kind of shit
And they
out the
never do
bottom.
anything about them,
Yeah.
or even really get a plan. And anytime there's kind of even a fake plan in motion, it kind of blows up in that person's face other than theirs. But I guess what I keep wondering to me is, okay, let's say even all that's true. If Eva's at the end, if Eva's in the final three, and we can debate who's next to her, but can she win without, like, not Eva's there without Joe? I guess is my question.